Welcome back, everybody, to the Desmond Payne Road to the Show on MLB The Show 16. And welcome to Desmond Payne's third career season of professional baseball. We're in spring training today. We will go through Desmond Payne's entire spring training journey in his second major league season, and it gets off to a hot start with Desmond Payne driving a home run to right field. Last year, Desmond Payne hit .279, had only 7 home runs, had 106 total hits, 36 RBIs, and 23 stolen bases. Now, we've seen glimpses of Payne's power throughout his time so far in AA, AAA, and now in the major leagues, and I continue focusing on increasing his power. He has power at both sides of the plate. And here's another drive to right field. This is going to get down and be extra bases as Payne runs into second. He has his speed in the 90s, and he has I think one of his item boosts puts him at 92 speed right now. And we're jumping all over the place, by the way, throughout all these games. And look at Payne send another one over the right field wall and into the grass there. Payne's second home run, another no-doubter off of Tim Lincecum. I just wanted to see Payne have a good average here in the spring training, and he's showing off the power early here. Last year's spring training was not very good. He hit only 116 and was still somehow kept up at the major league level. And now with the bases loaded, he gives another one a ride, but it's caught right there near the wall, nearly a grand slam. Now we have Payne against the team that eliminated Texas from the playoffs last year. He gets underneath another one, sending it deep to right, and it's also caught on the track. We saw 2 home runs as a lefty and now 2 deep flies as a righty. Later in this game, there's a line drive as Payne is just crushing the baseball, even if these are outs. The contact is still very encouraging to see Payne just clobbering the ball like he is to start this spring. Especially considering the final month of last season was not very good for Desmond Payne. And here in center, he lays out for the catch. As his defense continues to improve, he makes a lot of those diving, flashy plays now. Doesn't have so many errors. 2 on against San Francisco, and there is another drive to left center and deep. That is a 3-run home run. Payne's 3rd homer of the spring, giving these fans a lot to cheer about in these spring training games. I wish these counted. Payne is doing things we've never seen him do on a consistent level. And at this point, he had 3 home runs. We saw the double earlier. No singles. He wasn't interested in that part of the game anymore. Later against San Francisco, he is able to get one into right center, and they ruled that an error. I actually thought that was going to be ruled a hit, but it ends up being a 2-base error. But again, it was great contact. Let's go forward. 10-4 Texas. And there's a grounder up the first base line as Payne is out. So he's either crushing the baseball for extra base hits, or he's just getting out. Here's a game in the rain against the Oakland Athletics. 0-2 count, and Payne looks at a fastball on the corner. You guys know I don't like the up and in pitches. Full count later, and Payne fouls off that changeup to keep the at-bat going. Payoff pitch again, and Payne swings and misses at the changeup. Now, his highlights so far have been very impressive, but most of these early games were like 1 for 3s and 1 for 4s, so his average was in the 230s and 240s for a while. Here's him showing off the arm strength. It's not enough here, and you can see it's not where I want it quite yet, but it continues to improve. Now a game against the Reds, taking Johnny Cueto deep. How's it going, Devin Mesoraco? Well, that went foul, so an 0-2 count, and he fouls off that fastball. And the 0-2 again is fouled off now to the other side. 0-2 once more. And that is a fastball that Payne can't catch up to, and he strikes out again. Now a game against the Chicago White Sox, and Payne slams a single up the middle for his first single of spring training. And I believe this was his 9th game. His offense had just really changed in this spring training. And there's a hit off the pitcher. Payne now with the wheels is able to reach just in time. That was a really close call. It's his 2nd hit of the game. Later on, 2-1 White Sox, and Payne fouls off a fastball. Getting behind in the count a little too much for my liking, but it gets full here with 2 down. Payoff pitch is drilled to left. pulling that one deep and gone. We've seen Payne pull homers as a righty, as a lefty, go opposite field. He's showing power at both sides to anywhere. And it's something I'm really excited about if Desmond Payne can keep this up. Is this going to be the way he produces on offense? Is he going to be relying more on power this year? Because he had 7 home runs all of last year in like 120-something games. Only 7 homers. In only his 9th spring training game, he hits his 4th. This one was a contact swing. And the other ones were all just regular swings. Here's a game against the Oakland Athletics as Payne hits a ball into right field. They do not rule that one error, so it's another base hit. I did want to see Payne get more of those to keep his average up. 2 in scoring position here, and that diving play saves a couple runs. But still, great contact by Desmond Payne. He's getting a lot of RBIs, something he's never done before. Now against the LA Angels, that's going deep to center field. And it's also gone, his 5th homer of spring training. The RBIs just keep piling up for Desmond Payne. How many did he have in his first season at the major league level? 36. 36. He averaged like 1 every 4 games. There's a ball hit up the middle, and they're going to send a run home, and that's another RBI for Payne on a single. One rating I've really focused on increasing for him is batting clutch. And I think that definitely played a part in his success here early in spring training. Texas up 11-0, and that also gets down in center. A 3-hit game here for Desmond Payne, his second 3-hit game of spring training. Now let's jump into a game against Cleveland, and there's a fastball on the inside that gets him looking. A few of those looking strikeouts that I wasn't too happy about. Now against Milwaukee, and there's a hit up the middle, tag the base, and Payne gets doubled up. That did not happen very often last year, and of course he's had really high speed his entire career, so it's a rare occurrence, but it happened here in 2 straight at-bats in very similar fashion. Now, we're going to go into a game against the Seattle Mariners, and Payne again grounds into a double play. 3 here in just like a matter of minutes. That's all it was when I was playing. In a game now against the Kansas City Royals, Payne with a line drive swing up the middle. That's what I tried to get a little bit more of. That one I know happened on a contact swing. I take notes on these things, okay, so I can remember. Payne, of course, stole a lot of bases last year. Doesn't get caught stealing very often, and that had a chance to get him, but wasn't cleanly fielded. Let's hit again, Desmond Payne, as that fastball gets him looking on the inside. That's a location where it's just really tough to catch up. And there's a hit going the other way. Payne staying with that outside pitch, and he ends up getting 1 RBI and now make it 2 on this single. And I have to do a better job of sending him to second when the throw is going home like that. Now against the Rockies, look at that sky. It might end this game, but Payne's not ready for that to happen quite yet. Deep to left center, it gets down for extra bases. Payne rounds second. He's soaring towards third and slides in ahead of the throw. A little bit of everything here from Desmond Payne. Defense, solid singles, home runs, the power on display. Looking for his 6th home run, but it doesn't happen here. I'm hoping by focusing more on the contact ratings and plate vision that we can get more line drive swings. Like this, only it was caught by the shortstop. Again, not too mad about it, just because of spring training. I just want to see consistent contact, although Payne's average was definitely many points below where I wanted it to be. Here he is in center. You got to have some speed to make that play there in the gap. Let's hit again against the Oakland Athletics. Nice night game here, and Payne hits that off the pitching rubber. It went like 100 feet in the air. So we're going to have to watch this one again. Payne thinks it's hilarious. I was mesmerized at the time. Look at this bounce. It's like a little bit below those palm trees there in the outfield. That was pretty awesome. Now a game against the San Diego Padres, and Payne hits a liner to left field, and that gets down for extra bases. He's heading to second, a hard turn as he turns around. Another extra base hit for Payne, and another game against the Rockies. A submarine delivery, and Payne with the line drive to left center. He's eyeing extra bases again, and he wants 3. He rounds second, the throw coming in very late. Payne slides in with another triple. But wait a minute. Desmond Payne is hurt. His shin bone was hit hard and there's concern that it's fractured or even broken. He could be out of action for quite some time. We've never seen a serious injury for Desmond Payne. But here he is being carried off of the field, unable to walk off under his own power. And Desmond Payne's spring training is over, and he's headed to the 60-day disabled list with a fractured shin. It said he would miss 2 to 3 months. A very serious injury here for Desmond Payne will postpone his debut of his second major league season. And there were his numbers in spring training: a .233 average, 17 hits, 9 of those were extra bases, including 5 home runs, and he also hit 17 RBIs. So we're going to simulate forward now. Into the regular season, the Rangers are without their promising young center fielder. And look at all this winning they do to start out. Payne missing out on all this fun. Then they trade away Sean Tollison and a catcher to acquire a catcher from the Red Sox. And then they start having a little bit up and down periods here as they keep hovering around 500. A whole week of winning, followed by a whole week of losing here in the month of May. They lose 10 games in a row, and then make another trade for a shortstop. And then we go to the month of June, and Desmond Payne is fully healed, but he missed the first 53 games of the season. So we're just a month and a half away from the All-Star break already. A couple minutes ago, we were in spring training, and we were talking about getting ready for the regular season, and now we're talking about mid-season. And here are the Rangers at 25 and 28, again hovering around where they were the same time last year. Desmond Payne is ready to make his return to the lineup, and we'll see how much of an impact he can have for this Texas Ranger team. He had impressive power on display in spring training, and we'll see what type of player Desmond Payne is now that he's recovered from his injury. It is guaranteed now he will play in less games in his second season than he did in his rookie season. What do you guys think Desmond Payne can do this year? Give me some statistical predictions for Payne. He'll play, maybe if he stays healthy now, probably around 100 games this year compared to the 120 last. I want to see him hit for power and hit like 15 home runs with the time he does have this season, but we'll see what Desmond Payne does when he starts off his second major league season next episode. And one question I have: does this affect his major league, like his free agency eligibility? I know it's like 6 years of service. Does being on a 60-day DL like this, does that hurt that at all? Does it postpone it? I'm not sure how it works exactly. Anyway, that's it for today's episode, guys. The regular season is up next. Thank you all for watching. Please leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and subscribe for more Desmond Payne Road to the Show. I will see you guys next time. Have a great day.